Welcome back, you guys. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. I can be found on Twitter at LoveRadio44132. And don't forget to donate on Cash App at money symbol Nina44132. Without further delay, you guys, we're just going to get started because this is a very serious story. And I would like for you guys to subscribe and share this story because um, I believe something is really wrong with um, these incidents as they are being investigated by the police in California. So I wanted to make sure that this video is shared, and I want you guys to sub to me because I really want to follow the story because this is really unfortunate, the death of these two young men I'm about to tell you guys about. So this is an image of one of the young men. And there's actually two young men involved. One is Robert Fuller. He was found hanging from a tree uh, in Palmsdale, California. The other young man I want to tell you guys about is Mr. Marsh, who's pictured right here. And we're just going to talk about this. And like I said, I do not want this swept under the rug. The way that this is being investigated right now, I'm really feeling like something is wrong with this. So Los Angeles, and this story is courtesy of KPIX CBS, San Francisco Bay Area News. Los Angeles County Supervisor is calling for the California Attorney General, Xavier Becerra, to investigate the passing of a 24-year-old man whose body was found um, dangling from a tree across from the Palmsdale City Hall on this past Wednesday. And this is like really sad. This guy was like around 24 years old, and I'll show his picture in a minute. Someone had passed this horrible scene around 3 a.m. Wednesday called 911, and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said that his passing is still under investigation. They believe that he might have taken his own life. Now, the passing itself has generated intense scrutiny, especially after the nationwide protests rebuking the police brutal killing of George Floyd, which I have been discussing on my channel. And this case brought to light the passing of another black man who was found dangling from a tree on May 31st in Victorville, California, which is a desert city about 45 miles east of Palmdale. Now, I'm saying dangling because I'm trying not to use the word, but both of these men were found deceased, dangling from a tree. And I'm trying to use the right verbiage for this. Saturday, hundreds of protesters took to the streets of Palmdale, a city of 150,000 people that marched from the park where Fuller was found dangling to the sheriff's station. Many carried signs that said "Justice for Robert Fuller." More than 100,000 people signed an online petition demanding a full investigation into Fuller's passing. Community members confronted city officials at a very contentious news briefing Friday, asking why they were quick to label his passing a suicide and demanding an independent autopsy. Everyone is saying that they have doubts about what actually happened. And protesters have been at this tree where he was found for like the last 2 days. And if the tree itself was in front of the city hall, which is even more of a statement. Some people think that this was definitely racially motivated. Even if it was just him taking his own life, it just didn't make sense. Lieutenant Kelly Gallinair of the County Medical Examiner's Coroner's Office said a decision on the cause of his passing is deferred pending a full investigation and a full autopsy is planned. Residents, and like I said, this story totally broke my heart, and that's why I'm putting this on here. I really want this to really get out there. I really want people to talk about this. This is just outrageous. The city actually said there were no outdoor cameras and video recorders on nearby traffic signal could not have captured what happened. This is very bizarre for 2020 that City Hall does not have surveillance, especially with all the protesting and riots going on. I'm shocked that this city um, allegedly had no cameras. Sheriff's Captain Ron Schaefer said that detectives are investigating the circumstances leading to Fuller's passing to determine if foul play was involved. He urged members of the public to contact detectives if they have any relevant information, particularly about where Fuller had been and who he had been with in recent weeks. If you guys have any information, please come forward. Please come forward. Please, I'm begging you. Palmdale officials wrote in a statement that investigators have been in contact with Fuller's family. A statement posted on the city's website said it supports calls for an independent investigation and independent autopsy, where there definitely should be. And honestly, in my own opinion, I personally do not believe that either one of their stories would be out in front with all this attention now had it not been for the residents that put this in social media to get this story out there. I think that this would have been swept under the rug. In neighboring San Bernardino County, authorities there said they were still investigating the cause of passing of 38-year-old Malcolm Harsch, whose body was found dangling in a tree near the Victorville City Library. A sheriff's spokesman, Jody Miller, told Victor Valley News foul play was not suspected in Harsh's passing, but the man's family said they were concerned it would be ruled a suicide to avoid further attention. I totally agree with that statement. Two people doing a public, uh, how can I word this for YouTube? Two people putting themselves in a tree in front of City Hall in 10 days. I don't believe, honestly. I just don't believe, and that's just the best way I can say it. His family also said there was blood on his shirt, but no indication of a struggle. They also said Malcolm Harsch didn't seem to be depressed and had recent conversations with his children about seeing them soon. The explanation of how either one of these young black men passed does not seem plausible in the statement which was read. There are many ways to pass, but considering the current racial tension, a black man dangling himself from a tree definitely does not sit well with us, and we want justice, not comfortable excuses. Messages seeking comment from Miller in the coroner's office have not been confirmed. And like I said, I definitely want to put the story out there. This is just very important. I actually do believe that something is very troubling about both of these. To tell you the truth, to any of my fans out there um, that have been on my channel for a while, and to tell you the truth, I'm just going to speak from being African American. This is really not a way that black men would really choose to pass away, honestly. And then two different people do this 45 miles apart uh, within 10 days sounds even more not so plausible. This just definitely just sounds very suspicious. And if anyone has any information, please turn to the authorities. Or, I mean, even if you need to DM me the information, I'll take the information. Um, I wanted to put the story out there. If you guys have any information, again, please pass it. Become a subscriber. I will definitely be following this case as well as the others that are going on right now. Their life mattered. These were two very young and very handsome young men. And I definitely want to see the proper justice and the proper investigation for their families. God bless you all. Have a good night.